one of the things we have to ask as well is, why is this huge Russian diaspora, which now exists in the West, in particular in Europe, why is it so passive? Why is it so quiet? In the Cold War, the biggest Ukrainian diaspora in Western Europe was in Britain, where I grew up. It was 30,000 strong. Today in England, there are about 130 to 150,000 Russians. So far, far more than there were Ukrainians in the Cold War. During the Cold War, we had demonstrations practically every week outside the Soviet embassy. Either just Ukrainians or Ukrainians with Estonians, Latvians, Lithuanians, Poles, and others. But certainly there was something always happening outside the Soviet embassy to condemn Soviet regime for its repression of Ukrainians and other peoples. Why is there never a single protest and demonstration by the Russian diaspora outside the Russian embassy? Never a single one. The Syrians are protesting in London, Ukrainians, but no Russians are protesting, or at least wanted only a handful, shall we say. So one has to ask, are they not against this war which has taken place? Why are they acting like ostriches and putting their heads in the sand, wanting it to go away and trying to claim it's nothing to do with them? It's got everything to do with them. This war is taking place on behalf of the Russian state. You are Russian, therefore you have to take a stance, either support or oppose. You can't stand in the middle. You can't sit on the fence. So it's about time Russians began to say if they really are against the war. There are, of course, a very good group of, not very many, Russians who have opposed the war. Garry Kasparov, the former chess master, and one or two others who are living in Kyiv and who are supporting these Russian volunteer battalions fighting on the side of Ukraine. But these tend to be a minority. Alexei Navalny's widow in the West has been actually very poor in her media interviews about the war, and has questioned various aspects of Western policy, such as supporting Ukraine militarily. So that needs to be changed.